There are some industries which have very large tax functions, but insurance is not one of them. Even the largest insurance companies in the world will only have a tax function of 30 to 50 people, whereas you compare that to some of the banks who have 300 or 400. So the world is changing. There's more and more happening all the time. There's more and more legislation and regulation coming down. There's more and more calls on people's time. There's more complicated filings to be produced, and tax functions are being dragged into lots of different things. So where is Connected Tax really making a running? Well, it's really around how do we help our clients understand all of the responsibilities they have, all of the stakeholders they have to manage, and then looking at the tax function they have, if they have one, an awful lot don't, and really working out how do you deliver those obligations? How do you manage those stakeholders? What can you outsource? What could you robotize? What could you find a technology solution for? What really needs to be done in-house? What really needs to have your most valuable tax people in-house working on? What responsibilities they need to drive? What's the kind of priorities of the business overall? And how do you tap into that? How do you make yourself more important in the business rather than being seen just as a compliance function and more as a value add? So that's what Connected Tax is about. I think it's about really helping our clients understand all of the kind of touch points in their business, all of the touch points globally, and how they can boil that down into a manageable amount of work for probably a too small a group of tax people in their business. How do they augment that? How do they replace people with technology so that people can focus on the most important things? I don't think I ever have a client conversation now where the head of tax doesn't complain about, I haven't got enough people to do this, or more likely, I haven't got the right people to do this. And we're seeing so much change of the people coming into tax, wanting to do slightly different things, that actually some of the more traditional services, it's harder to find people to do. So it's a bit about how do we mix all that together, and how do we come out with a solution for a client which enables them to meet their obligations, to deliver their compliance requirements, to manage the change in the business, to manage the different stakeholders in a different way, and how can we help them do that? A conversation with the CEO is probably vastly different from a conversation with the CFO. How do we really manage that? And that's what Connected Tax is about, pulling that all together, being disrupted by the change in the market, by the workforce change, by the fact that there's more technology out there. Revenue authorities are getting technology. There's a particular revenue authority in the world who have a large bank of screens where there's constant data flowing, and every now and then one will pop up red, which is someone who doesn't meet the kind of normal distribution of their tax payable. And then an inspector will go off and see them. It's very James Bond, but that's the way tax authorities are going. They've got more data. They haven't quite figured out how to use it yet, but they will. And as a result, the kind of the pressure on the tax department raises, and they need to catch up. They need more technology. They need more people. They need more people doing different things. They need some people doing the same things, and that's the real challenge. And that's what I think Connected Tax is really at the heart of.